Yo, you know how old I am, bro? We went to the Rockets game yesterday. I turned to my brother. I said, I don't know who none of these children are. Look at all these children. What is this, a middle school game?
If you don't keep up with the Rockets, like, the whole
No,
roster has changed.
what's crazy?
The
Is
whole
I
roster.
said the same thing.
No. You know what? You a veteran, man. We gonna let you talk. So go ahead, tell us what were you going to say.
Oh, my bad. I said the crazy thing is I kind of said the same thing. I just went to a Rockets game and I was looking out. I haven't been to a basketball game in probably like a year or two. And I was looking out and I was like, why do they look so young? It was this one boy I thought he looked like he was in middle school.
Exactly.
And I found out that he was 19. I was like, okay, that makes sense.
We have
children.
We have a very, very, very young team now.
And I forgot they just allow people to go directly. You don't have to go to college anymore.
You don't.
Yeah. You just pop
and I was like, damn, that happened during the pandemic and it kind of just whooped over our heads.
Well, my thing is too, it's like we got time to build. So I mean, we'll see. I saw some reports that they said the Rockets are open to allowing James Harden to come back or something like that. I don't know.
Not y'all trying to secretly ask him to come back.
No. You know, I was like, when it's like, I don't know, like
abusive relationship.
That's what it is.
They begging to come back.
That's what it is. Like they broke up, and then you see her with the new guy, and you're like, well, it's not really working out over there. So like, I'm just letting you know you can come back. Like, that's all it was.
What the? That's crazy. They should have kept that to themselves.
That's all they do. Because I was like, he's not coming back here. But you know, that's just how it goes. Already. You know what? Let's back up. I'm gonna let Avery just do the introduction of the guest.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. Black and ugly as ever. I stay Houston down to my socks. So no, it's them again. It's them boys from My Humble Opinion podcast. Once again. It's me, it's Avery, A_VERI, 4 eyes, because I have 4 eyes because of glasses that I don't have on. You can find me there on all social media. Then we have my brother here, the best writer of all time. He's writing, actually, what is it, the Quran Part 3? He's not. You're not doing that. Oh no. Well, that's what I heard.
They answered all the questions in the first one. So
they did. Okay. So this is my brother here, Just Devon, ladies and gentlemen, Just Devon.
How's it going?
You can find Just Devon at Just Devon on Twitter, and you can find him at Dr. Douglas on Instagram, and you can find both of us at My Humble on everything in My Humble Opinion podcast. Just want to thank you guys for, staying in, listening to us on Stitcher or watching us on YouTube. See my beautiful face, I'm beautiful. My brother's beautiful. We're Douglas boys. We're enjoying this time here. But, we're nowhere near as beautiful as the next guest that we have. Because Houston rap scene is busting, all right? I've said it before, that we got the best lyricists, all right? The best songwriters and the most diverse musical offerings, okay? If I didn't clarify it before, that includes and is held up by the female rap scene that is ingrained in Southern culture, from Cliche to the Ghetto Twins to Meg Thee Stallion. All right, our next guest is carrying the torch and looks damn good while she's doing it. Rapper, lyricist, battler, risk taker, all right, big fan of the real ass clapper, Blush and T.O.D. alumni. She knows she look good, little nigga. Don't speak if it ain't about figures. All right, with the G Major produced Look Good in your phone streaming right now, returning to the show, one of the finest women I've ever seen in my entire life, Sunni Tha Rapper.
Wow, that was a great introduction.
How's it going?
It's going good.
So we have had you on the show before the last time, and we have run through history. Please go back to our former episode where we're talking about T.O.D. topic of discussion. And if you went back and look, you have put in work. If you guys go back and listen to that podcast, we are talking about forming a group, signing with Matthew Knowles, getting placed with another member, removing that member from the group, moving out, walking away from a deal and just being like, yo, we're going to do it. We're just going to do this on our own. And now you are entering another stage. So we're going to just start things off with first. And I think we talked about in the last interview, like you guys had posted before, like, hey, topic of discussion. We're going to go ahead and close things. And I've always liked the way you guys handle things. Very professional. Like, yo, we're all good. We're just taking a step back. And then you guys continue for a little bit. Now you guys have posted again, hey, we're about to take another step back. So tell us what's going on for the people that are listening.
Well, what's up, Sunni Tha Rapper? Yeah. So yeah, we definitely made an announcement in August, I believe it was, that we were taking the path of solo careers. So we posted it on our group page, and then from there, we just really engulfed ourselves into our solo careers. So that's what we at right now. I dropped my first single, Look Good, December 28th. It came out. I'm super excited about this. Almost at, it's almost at 20K streams. It's been out a month. So I'm super excited about that. Like, I'm just grateful. It's been only 4 months, and so many things have happened within those 4 months. So I just been trying to progress each day.
What's been happening within the 4 months?
I mean, I headlined a show. I opened up for Tay Money. I've gotten now, I'm getting now booked for all of my performances. They pay me.
Payment is always good. Is there any reason that you want to allude to, like, why you guys decided at this point, hey, let's step off and just go solo?
It was something that we mutually felt like it was time for anyway. She definitely presented it to me. I was not as ready in my head, but at the same time, I did feel like it was something that needed to happen. So it was just kind of like a mutual thing. Like, it was like, all right, let's go ahead and see what this is about. Only because you get to a point where creatively you want to express yourself, you know what I'm saying, differently. And it's not bad. It's just that sometimes when you can't fully, be yourself, when you're always trying to somewhat meet someone else in the middle, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's just one of those situations where it's all right, let me do my thing, you're gonna do your thing, we're gonna see how this goes.
And that's the other thing too. I mean, for the both of you, the output that is coming from you guys has definitely adjusted. Like, you immediately, it felt like it was like, oh, like, she's starting to book shows, she's starting to get out here, she's putting out music videos. What is it like? One of the biggest differences, where we were looking at your history going from a trio to a duo and now a solo. What are some of the positives and negatives of making those transitions?
Well, transition wise, from like a trio to a duo, that was a pretty easy adjustment, only because we were already knew each other longer than, of course, the other girl in the group. So it's easy for us to adjust to each other. And then from going solo, I know on my end, I can't speak for her, but on my end, I think it was a hard adjustment for me in the beginning, only because my mind, I'm so used to thinking about two people, I'm so used to having to make a decision or, compromise a decision or talk about a situation. And it became just me and my own self and my own responsibility of my career. So that I feel like was the biggest change. Like, it all, really only being on me, coming from me not really having nobody to bounce creative ideas off of. But at the same time, me allowing myself to see creatively what all I could do, because I really never had that opportunity to do it. I've been doing music for 10 years and I've always been in a group. And that was the one thing that I had to realize. It was like, okay, we've done a lot as a group and we have yet to really show ourselves individually. No one knows us individually. We didn't have a solo career before our group. Like, we both started music together at the same time. So it was just one of them situations where we all had life experiences differently that we needed to creatively express, you know?
Yeah.
I didn't go through the same things that she went through. She didn't go through the same things I went through. So I feel like, we both feel like creatively that we could now give ourselves to people and see how the people receive that, and, you know, and give that an opportunity. So that's pretty much what we do.
And the thing about it too is you've got, like you said, you gain like almost immediate streaming success. What has been the overall response from fans? Because you know how fans are. Of course, I feel like initially they were probably like, "What are you doing?" You know, that kind of thing. And so, what is it like to get that like first initial shock from your fan base, and then it transition over into, oh no, okay, I like this. I like you over here. I like you over here. I'm liking the music coming out of both of you. What is that like for you?
I think it's great. I'm pretty sure everybody was like really trying to figure out like what I was about to do.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that definitely was everyone's, even my girlfriend, she was over here like, she's never heard no music, you know, me by myself. And she was just like, I ain't know what your song was about to sound like.
I mean, I thought it because I was like, she's over there with them. I was like, what's going on?
Like, I ain't know what it was about to sound like, to be honest, you know, because it's so different from what any other thing I've done in the past, or even been a part of. So it's like, everybody was like, well, shit, you know, like, I think they wasn't expecting me, but they liked me because everything in the whole package made sense, from my image to my sound to my look. I think it all came together so well that you couldn't help but love it. Couldn't help but be receptive to it because it all made sense now. And I feel like the biggest thing with T.O.D. was we were very talented, we made good music, but it was a disconnect there with people, and being able to relate to, or being able to really, you know, I guess just really honestly relate to, like, overall, like, you know, like whole package wise. I think people were still trying to figure out who we were, you know what I'm saying? And together who we were. So it was just a slight bit of a disconnect when it came to fans. The music was there, but you know, it was just that slight disconnect. So I feel like with my situation, like when the whole package came together, it just made sense to people. And then females started naturally gravitating to me, you know what I'm saying? Naturally wanting to look like me, be me. And that's the number one thing you want as a female artist, is you want other women to want to look like you, want to be with you, want to hang with you. Like, it makes them want to listen to your music. So I think that definitely helped me. I started just really showing my personality out here, really networking and vibing with people. And then it was like word of mouth. Started traveling, people started reposting me, and I think from there, that's where all of the awareness started coming from. And then, of course, I started dropping great ass content. Of course, you can move quicker when you're by yourself when it comes to making content. So I feel like it probably came out so quickly because I had already so many ideas that I could just move on, and I didn't have to really necessarily wait on anything. Or, you know what I'm saying? So, or like, you know, sometimes it would take us longer to get our ideas because we both pitching out different things, and we come into it like, okay, yeah, this, you know. So when you don't have that, it's just, you can dish things out a little bit quicker. So I was just dishing things out, having shoot after shoot, you know, because I really wanted people to understand like who I was too. And then, of course, my music. I knew that the music was going to take a little second to get to, but I knew I could start capturing people with my look and my image because I'm a big fashion person. I love fashion. I'm very engulfed in that world as well. So I wanted people to see that when they first came to my page. And then cause you know, I mean, look, I'm the marketing strategy over here. People fall in love with your look and who you are before they do your music, and it sucks. But that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
So I knew was like, okay, if I can grasp theory, I knew I'm a good artist. I knew, you know, and I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, it was hard for me to fully have 100% confidence in myself because I had never had the opportunity to make solo music. So this was like a new thing for me too.
And your personality does come out. I would say for both of y'all, it comes out more, but particularly for you, because I always feel like when you have women in a group where there's like a rapper and a singer, the rapper kind of has to hold back aggressive flow a little bit to allow more space for melodies. And so that's why when I first heard some of your songs, I was like, oh yeah, like I knew she could rap, but because it gets to a point where it's like, okay, that's when they're together, like that's a Sunny song, and this is a Tally song, and then this one is a Sunny song, and it's getting shot to shine.
Yeah.
So now you like are really stepping out on your own, and it's like, okay, it feels like, I don't know how to describe it. Does it feel like a little bit more freer after you got over the nervousness or the anxiety of it all?
Definitely got over the nervousness, and now I feel a little freer. And now I'm just really honestly having fun with it. And everything that I've been making has been great because I'm just honestly having fun with it. I'm not thinking too hard about it. I'm just giving me and my friends what I know me and my friends talk about, want to hear. You know what I'm saying? Like what I experience, what I'm experiencing when I'm with them or around them, or what I see. I'm just implementing that into my music because honestly, that's what I live a day to day by. I love people, I love my friends, I love my girlfriend. I love being in a very warm family environment. And I think that I've always been like that, probably because I'm my only child. Child syndrome, I don't want nobody to leave. Everybody got to spend the night. I got over that though, that I'm older, but I definitely used to be that way. And I just love that feeling sometimes. And it was a little harder to do it because everybody, doesn't, I guess people, for some reason, I don't know, they just feel like I was the mean one. It was just weird. I think I just naturally was a step back person. Wow. And I always allowed her to talk to people and stuff like that more than me, just because she was good at that. I'll talk to people too, but naturally some kind of way I became the mean one. I don't know. But
I identify with you. I totally identify with you there.
What?
Never understood that.
No. I'm sorry. I gotta stop my brother here because people think I'm the mean one. I relate to you.
No, not the mean thing. I'll be like, yo, Devon,
people definitely be like, your brother don't want to talk to nobody. I'll be like that. I was like, yo, when we're out, he talk. He's a friendlier, outgoinger person. Right. I said, I'm not mean. I'm just chilling. Like I'm watching stuff. Like that's it.
Because I'm hot. But that's it.
I was definitely that way. And I felt like I don't know. I guess I wasn't having to speak for myself or my branding. So it wasn't, certain things just wasn't going through my head. So I really was just always in chill mode. But like I said, some kind of way, I got labeled as the mean one. But it was okay because when people really always got to know me, they realized I was really, really, really super nice. Like cool the nice one, actually. So it was always.
It was good. When we saw you at Big Cuts thing,
to work out because I was the rapper. So I needed to look like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I had someone on my right to give the softness and soft side. So it was kind of like a balance. I feel like at that time, I really didn't care to prove my personality then or show my personality, I guess you can say, like how I'm showing it now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Now, the other thing too is, and I wrote an article, it was called 22 Women in Houston Hip Hop to carry it in for 2022. Honestly, I feel like the only mistake that I made was it should have been bigger. There are so many women rappers out here that are really like, I got to be honest. I know there are a lot of guys that be like, well, I can't really get into what the women are saying. But I'm like, but they're rapping. Like a lot of the guys started singing. Right, but a lot of the dudes started singing. And then I said, y'all picked up the torch. What is it like being in this class of Houston rappers, women that are rapping? Because a lot of y'all seem very connected. Like when we see you at events, it's like y'all are always connected. Y'all are always working. I see y'all shouting each other out online all the time. What is it like now, especially in a art form that has been so male dominated?
I love it because I'm all about this. Like I'm so pro women and so pro supporting my friends and supporting people who support me, because I'm that person. I'm always show up for people who show up for me. So I feel like as long as that's what I live by, what I do, that's what I'm always produce to people. And I've just been so lucky to be placed in front of people who are on the same wave as me, trying to do the same thing as me and trying to support people who support them. So I keep coming across these females and they're on the same tip. And I'm so glad. I think everyone's just over it and just really trying to, like, the pandemic has brought so much negative on the outside of people's lives. The niggas is over there. They just trying to have progression, trying to get to the next level, trying to get out the struggle. They're not trying to entertain that, and not trying to be on that hating thing, jealousy and all that. And I'm just thankful, like I said, that God keep putting me in front of those people. I mean, I haven't crossed all the female rappers in Houston, but thus far, all the artists that I have been connecting with, like I said, they on the same thing as me. So we just been supporting and loving on each other and motivating each other.
And I was about to say, who were some that, I mean, I highlighted a few, but who are some that you're out here listening to and looking at as well?
What, like, that I don't hang with?
No. I'm talking about the ones that you listen to, the other female rappers that you connected to. Who are some of the ones that you're looking at?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you know, I love Megan, and I love Ken. I love Libra. I love, I feel like we have a lot of female rappers that's doing it. Erica Banks. I love, I don't feel like Martina Marie is considered a rapper, but she be rapping her ass out. That's my friend, so I gotta shout her out. She be rapping her ass out. She playing, but you know, she's singing right now. So
but she raps her ass off. Like
right.
She's a
so
rapper.
I'm gonna throw her in that category.
She got
Holly.
I put her on the list. Yeah.
We got Hood Rat Holly. We got Christian Sheree, who make these hoes mad. That's we got a remix.
I love that
soon,
song.
so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that. Big J. It's just so many female artists. We got Mariah the Sign. We got. It's just. I mean, the list. Big.
There's so many. What's it like?
It's so many.
What is it like?
Juicy,
now?
Red Tachi. It's just so many. Like.
Yeah. No. There's so, because once you start looking into it, it's like there's so, and everybody has their fan base.
Everyone's in their own lane, their own fans right now, and it's really amazing to see. Cause I mean, I ain't really just engulfed in a lot of cities, but what I see on social media, I don't really see too many cities having like this many female rappers that's doing things in all their own lanes. Like, I feel like we have a lot of different sounds coming out of Houston now. Everyone's so gung-ho on us having this typical Houston sound, but I don't feel like that's really starting to keep, I feel like the sound is starting to change. Yeah. You know, I feel like female rappers are bringing a different ear to Houston music, because on the male end, they already expect a certain sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
But on the female end, we're giving some diversity.
Oh, yeah. And I feel like y'all are giving the freedom to try out something new, because, you know, it'd be like, oh, okay, well, I was like, nah, you should go over there. Yeah. You should definitely go over there and listen, because they putting out a lot. Besides my list, I've been seeing your name pop up on other lists. What is it like? I mean, this is almost instantaneous. Like, people are starting to be like, oh, you should be out here listening to Sunni. You should listen to Sunni. I'm seeing your name pop up on
That's crazy to me how quickly I got on a list. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, whoa, I'm on a list. Because last year, I remember us looking on social media at these lists and looking at people go back and forth and people feeling away and draw this drama about these lists, and we over here like, we in a group. They ain't gonna put us on no list. We ain't even in nobody else's lane. We ain't never gotta worry about that. So, you know, now I was like, all right, I'm a solo artist. I'm like, fuck that, and put me on the list. Like,
what is that like?
But it's like a bittersweet, because like I really wanna. It's so great because that means people are recognizing your work, but at the same time, it's like, okay, now it's pressure. You know what I'm saying? But that's good, because I work great under pressure. Like, the more eyes in the heat that's on me, the more I'm gonna produce. So it's like, it's just bittersweet, because you know, people always want the heat until they really get in the kitchen, and then it's like, woo.
Yeah, because it's like you can get put on a list, and then you got people saying, okay, now I want to hear more music from you.
Right. You know, you just get you start, well, clearly the bigger you get, the more room for haters. So if you ain't got haters, you ain't popping. So the bigger you get, the more you gotta start hearing those things that you might not really want to hear, or you might get them comments that you ain't used to seeing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what happens the bigger you get, but that's what comes with the territory. So like I said, people want the heat, but don't, you know, when you get in the kitchen and you start feeling that shit, you be like, whoa, like. But I'm strong in my lane, so I don't allow shit like that to affect me, but everyone's not like me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it is definitely something, because unfortunately social media is not a safe space.
No, not at all.
It is not a safe space. People will tear you down, okay? Like, and have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They don't know you, like. So
well, not only that, people will be critical of you and think they're helping. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm like, are you a friend? Like, you just said some horrible stuff about me, but you're like, yeah, but I'm a fan of you.
I'm a fan.
Like, oh, okay.
Those people are weird.
Extremely weird. What's some of the weirdest stuff that people have approached you with?
Approach me with? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't really feel like I get weird. I get a lot of weird DMs sometimes.
That should come with the territory. What's the weirdest one?
I feel like it be the DMs. And then even sometimes it be the questions. I be so confused on why people feel like they are entitled to ask you anything.
Yeah.
Like how people feel so entitled to be able to ask you certain things or say certain things disrespectful. I be like, what? Like, who raised you?
Yes.
Who is your mother? Point her out to me so I can go talk to her. She did a horrible job.
Now, the other thing,
like, damn.
I was gonna say the other thing too about it is for people listening. I mean, for your fans and people that know, and especially especially new fans, you're not new to this game. Like, you are tested, you are trained. Y'all have had so much media training. You have had so much work in this. So what is that like to kind of be this veteran, but you're still getting your breath as this newer artist now?
I think it's pretty cool because it's like I get a chance to not have all the heat of being a veteran. But at the same time, I'm coming in situations and people are acknowledging certain things and they know, oh, you clearly must be a veteran. Like, you know, my work ethic and just how I perform and how I handle my business is sometimes very shocking to people considering I'm a new artist. But considering the fact that I have done this, have been managed by one of the top managers, have been trained, have been through artist development, these things are new to me, but at the same time, I'm still learning. So I don't put myself in that, well, I don't present myself in a way of a veteran to the game because I'm still learning and I want room to grow and make mistakes just like everybody else.
Yeah, you're human.
So I don't even want to put myself up there like that yet, but people always just say how humble I am and how, you know what I mean, they could tell that I'm not a brand new artist, or they like, why aren't you signed yet? Like, they be so confused and appalled on why I'm not signed yet. And then when I tell people I've only been a solo artist for 4 months, they're like, whoa.
Yeah. And that's a big thing.
So, I mean, I think it's happening at a pace that it needs to, and I'm grateful. I'm super grateful for it. Like,
now, given that you have walked away from a record label and a management situation before, like, I know you know how to stand on your own. Are you interested in getting into a label situation, or are you interested in just releasing everything independently? Because I mean, you know, the release of that first single, you released it like a label. You know what I mean? Like, you move like your own label already. So that's why, look.
Man, shout out to, like,
so
man.
What are your thoughts on actually, I guess, what are your thoughts on getting into a label situation? Do you feel like that's necessary, and what would it take to even consider that?
So I guess for the first part, I'm definitely, whichever situation honestly is best for me. I'm not opposed to either situation. I'm not opposed to being independent, and having a backing or getting an investor, and I'm not opposed to signing. But what matters, of course, to me is having creative control and making sure that if I do sign that I'm, you know what I'm saying, not doing no 360 shit. We ain't doing none of that.
No, okay.
And that's another thing. It's like, I feel like I know I need to get to a certain position if I really want to be an asset and not a liability to these labels, you know? I have to show them, and I feel like the more I put out music on my own and get me streams on my own, and I can get 1 million streams by the end of the year on my own, then that's coming in my pocket. Absolutely. But at the same time, okay, say the situation happens, and then in the midst of that, a label comes with a good, a deal where I still get creative control. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to be shelled. They're not about to tell me I got like 2 years to drop some music. Like, it really honestly just depends on the situation, because I'd rather be signed to a smaller label. You know what I'm saying? Like 300 or something like that versus like Atlantic or just Columbia or something like that.
A label
I'm not
smaller one.
You said whatever?
Why would you want to be signed to a smaller label?
Because I want to make sure that I'm the focus and that it's not a battle with artists.
And people forget about that a lot. Like, if you sign to a really big label, you know, you could have your stuff ready to go. And they're like, yeah, but that's gonna, you know, your release date is gonna coincide with this person, and this person, and this person, and we want to release them over you. Yep. So you can wind up getting pushed back for a while.
Yep. And then your buzz die. Yeah. People stop checking for you, or whatever the case may be.
I mean, you see, who was that just tweeted? She was just, Mona Leo was just tweeting that, you know, keep going, because I put out this song, and then I was able to build up enough buzz to build up on top of that to sign a deal that works for me. You know what I mean? And so it takes that level. So you see like the background that you have to do to kind of put things forward, so you have leverage in the deal.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pretty much. And that's kind of more so what I've been focusing on and trying to. Now it does get hard because it gets expensive. You know what I mean? All of the things that you see, I know you say it's being ran like a label, but we got a little 3-man label over here. And it's
well, no, that's also why I was like, y'all, like the rollout for your video and that stuff. That's it. That cost. And then there's an extra cost. Talk about that too. A lot of people don't talk about the extra cost that comes with just being a woman as an artist. You know, guys, a lot of the guys we know can get up, roll out of bed, put on some designer, and walk out on
stage. Keep it pushing.
And they good. What all goes into what you have to do as a woman and that budget that goes into it?
Man, y'all don't even want to know. I see why girls got sugar daddies. Like, it's crazy. Like, between my lashes, nails, hair, outfit, like, that be almost a band alone.
Has to be. Look at
and
the
I switch it up so much, but at the same time, I'm blessed now because I'm brand ambassador for a lot of situations, so it happened my cost. Okay. You know, with certain things. So like I have a nail brand ambassador, I have a hair brand ambassador, I have a lash ambassador now. I don't have a clothing ambassador, but I have a designer who creates my clothes, and we customize a lot of things. And that costs because I gotta buy fabric all the time. Yeah. So I mean, I'm learning my way though, and what works for me. This is what's been working for me thus far. But it's very, very expensive because that's including just. And then I'm the type of person where I get an outfit made every show. I create a vibe for each one of my shows. I give people a look for each one of my shows. Because that's a part, like, I want you to also understand my personality, and my personality is through my clothes. So like, you know what I'm saying? I'm really big on giving my fans that, you know, they deserve to me that. So God just been blessing me, you know what I'm saying?
That's good. Praise God.
I mean, he been blessing me, okay? Because it's like things just domino and they just fall in line. Like, and I was just stressing a month ago about my lashes, and now I got a lash investor. I was stressing the hell out about that hair. You were like, man, like you don't understand. Paying almost $1,000 for 1 week, and they want you to switch your hair up every 2 weeks.
And that's the other thing too, because you like, I mean, that rollout for Look Good, you had different hair. You've had every time we've seen you, you've had different hair, and that plays into it. And I think we've seen you like 3 or 4 times in the last, including those big cuz mixes. It's like every time we see you, that's a change up. When people see that change up, that's money going out.
Like, for sure.
Don't get around it.
For sure. But luckily, I love it because people have been like really letting me know how much they appreciate it and how much they see I invest in myself and how much they want to invest in me because I invest in myself. And that makes me feel good because I get such a great response from people and everyone's like looking for my next this. And, you know, it's like people are checking for me. Yeah. Although it's a little costly on my end, it's still, I'm giving something people to look forward to, you know? And I think that's kind of good when you're trying to keep people's attention.
Absolutely.
Try to keep them, you know, listening to your music, keep them worried about you. Like, you got to give the people things. And I do it through fashion and I do it through my looks. So I'm just blessed that God allowed people to come in my life to help me with that so I could really fully express that. Because it's hard to express that on a budget. I mean, I'm still on a budget. This is me expressing it, but I mean, whew, I would have been an even lower budget if it wasn't for the brand ambassador thing. So, like I said, I'm just thankful.
And when we talk about, I mean, even talking about the business side of things, because I like talking to y'all about business stuff, securing the brand ambassador deals. How do those situations come about?
Honestly, Instagram, a few Instagram and a few in person. Like my last girl, I met her at a concert. I opened up to Take Money, and I met her at the concert, and she told me she did lashes, and we kind of connected, talked over social media. She just kind of fell in love with me and was like, "Girl, you want to be my brand ambassador?" Like, you know, like naturally. And I'm like, yes. I mean, girl, yes, come on. So that's how that happened. Then with my nails, she reached out. She reached out to me, so that was perfect. With my hair, I did a post, and people was tagging different hairstylists, and some odd reason, like I love my hairstylist to death. Like, she's not only my hairstylist, she's my friend, and she's a very genuine, sweet soul. And it's crazy because like hairdressers be messy. Like hairdressers be like on the TV, like they always do drama, they be on crazy shit. Like, I'm telling you, like, hairdressers be so, it's so funny because she's total opposite of anything you think about a hairdresser. And she's so beautiful, poised, she real, she honest. Like, she's a sweet person, and she came in my corner and she supported me literally with no strings attached. Hands down, just want to see me win. And that is so hard to get somebody like that on your team who's in a position when it comes to this, because all females need hair. Like, all females will switch up their hair. I don't want hair. So like, that's like people are always so receptive to just be out here like freehand giving things without nothing in return or without, some type of alternative motive that they want or need. So to find that in her was just like, man, but I'm telling you, I was like, whew, that was the beginning of when I seen God was blessing me. I was like, all right. He came in with a bang with this one. And then it trickled down to my makeup artist, who was already a friend and a fan, but then she saw how hard I had been working and was like, look, I want to help you.
Yeah.
Make you my brand ambassador. You'll never have to do this more than this. And you know what I'm saying? Just give me the content. So it was like everyone started seeing and believing in me and wanting to give me opportunities to help me. And that's pretty much how I secured them.
And then the other thing too is, it's like, you talk about the importance of building up a team around you. I see a lot of the newer artists, and there appears to be a lot bigger focus now in Houston alone. Just looking around the city, you're not seeing a lot of artists that are like, well, I'm gonna just come out, be solo, drop this stuff, and I'll be good to go. I'm seeing a lot more artists when they coming in. It's like, no, I have a team, and it's not just hangers on. Like, this person does this person does that, and it's an immediate thing. Talk about the importance of building up your team and what you're looking for when you want to work with somebody.
A team is very important at the end of the day, because I had to learn a team just makes everyone else take you more serious.
Yeah.
Like, that's really the bottom line to it. And it's a mind thing, because the moment you create what people feel like you have a team, or people feel like you have people in position to help you, that means people believe in you. That means people believe in the product. They see that the product is going somewhere. That makes other people want to know about the product. That makes other people want to see if it's going somewhere. So it's an illusion. And unfortunately, sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. And sometimes people wouldn't actually come in, put themselves in those positions how it's supposed to fall in line anyway. Like, some people, they go out searching for these teams and they get put in these situations where it doesn't really benefit them, or they get stuck in these situations. You know, you got to really get people who believe in you at first. Like, look, somebody come to you that you don't know, immediately trying to put you in a contract. They don't believe me.
Yeah.
They don't believe me.
Mm-hmm.
That's just what it is. And it sucks to say that, but that's just what it is.
It's a huge red flag.
So having a team helps people believe in you.
Okay. Now, we talked about team. All this stuff is all supported by the music. So you came out with that single, and I mean, let's go back to when you come out with the single for Look Good. You got the video, you got the single. What was... And then I'm like, what was your initial response? How'd you feel to the response to that at first? And then let's talk about that first. What was your response? Like, you see the single and everything come out, you start seeing the numbers roll in. What were your first feelings initially?
All of it was excitement, and it was like anxious excitement. Like, I'm anxious to see continuously every day, like, where's this? I wake up so happy every time I see someone sending me a video of my song, or like a new fan, or a new reel, or a new TikTok. Like, I be just like, man, because my anxiety be through the roof low key, because it's such an anxious and nervous and exciting feeling all at once. It's so crazy. Sometimes I just want to be excited and not have the anxious part, but I can't help but have the anxious part because I'm so like invested and know and ready for my next chapter before I even get there. And I'm
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm already ready for what's next instead of sitting in what I'm in now.
Mm-hmm.
But so that's why I say it's always an anxious but excited feeling. But everything to me, I feel like, well, everything always was a shock. Like, I never expect, it sucks because I've always just been expecting the worst. I always sometimes like don't put myself in the category I probably should. And I don't feel like I did that in the beginning. And that's because it was my first single, and I didn't know how people was gonna react to it. So naturally, I was scared and afraid a little bit, and nervous, But like I said, when I started seeing the reactions, the clips, the mentions, and these are people that I didn't even know, because that's the whole goal. You want people that aren't your friends to listen to your music. That's the goal. So when I started seeing people I did not know, it was just like the most warming feeling ever. And it just makes you just keep wanting that feeling. You get addicted to that feeling. You just want to continuously try to figure out how. So that's why I'm constantly trying to figure out marketing ways. We're constantly trying to figure out better ways to get the song out there so that more people can hear it and fall in love with it, because clearly it's a good song. When you hear it, you're going to like it. Because everyone says, girl, I be listening to this song like 3 times on repeat. Or I listen to the song when I'm getting ready. Or I listen to the song I'm going, so I'm like, okay, that's great. You don't want to just hear it one time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, like, that's constantly what I'm over here thinking about, honestly. I don't even really get to be too happy in the moment. I'm just constantly thinking about, like, how can I get the song out there to more people?
Did a good job. I watched the video about 10 times. Just saying.
So you got 10 from him alone.
I bet. I feel like everyone did because like my views was like at one spot and it just kind of like jumped up. And then I was like, dang. But I think it was like I had got pushed in a bigger algorithm on YouTube.
Yes.
And then I started seeing people comments like, I watched this video like 10 times.
Exactly.
That was him.
I was doing the research. And then after a while, it wasn't research. I was like, I enjoyed this song.
I'm dead.
Yeah.
The song is great.
Video.
The song is great. The visuals was amazing. But the song.
Thank you.
What now as you're getting like geared up, what are your plans? Because you're at a point, and when we talk about newer artists and moving forward, you gotta kind of you walk a tightrope between how many singles am I gonna put out? Am I moving towards an album? All these things. So what are your plans for the future right now?
Definitely gonna be dropping a lot of music.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be dropping a project, and I'm definitely about to drop another song. So just keep looking for music, cause I mean I can't drop everything as fast as I want to, because I properly have to have a budget to put all of these things out. So I'm hustling until I can, I just hustle in the middle and then put it out, and I'm gonna hustle some more and put it out. So this is gonna be hustle season.
Okay. Any plans on working with Big Cuz again?
Oh yeah, we got a song coming out.
Okay, that's what I was alluding to, because you're about to you're about to perform at the last big mixer that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So what's it like to get that spot as well?
Oh man, I mean, Cuz asked me, like, I'm going out with a bang, so I need you to headline. Like, go out with a bang. I'm like, you already know. Like, that's yin to my yang. He know anything he need me to do, I'm gonna be there to do. Same thing with me. He always supported me. He always there for me. Call away. So, I mean, we just locked in. I'm so excited to see where his mix has grown, because I remember when I first met Cuz and he had the mixes at his studio. Like that, it has grown tremendously. So I'm just super proud of him, honestly.
Oh, I was about to say the mix blew up. We met you at one of the mixers at the studio. Like, that's how we got y'all on the show, and it was it was cool. It was a nice little thing in the studio, but to watch where it started, and then now, because now it's like it's standing remote. Like, get there, or you not getting in. Like,
right, like this. We on some LA shit in here. You know what I'm saying?
And it's at Hyde Park. Shout out to Hyde Park. And it's at Hyde Park. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, Hyde Park is lit. They lit over there.
Now, what's it like too as a Houston artist, and you're starting to see a lot more, a lot of artists that make complaints that there's not that artist connection in the city, where it's like, where do people go for showcases, and where do people go for this and that? And now you're not only are you seeing it done, but you're part of the group that it's happening to. What's that like now, seeing this kind of industry get built out in the city?
I definitely feel like the city has been growing and giving more opportunities to artists. It's still not as many as like Atlanta or LA and things like that, but I definitely see the difference, and I see where they're trying to go with things. And I think that if we just keep pushing and more people come together, that it'll even get bigger. And the people in power who really have that power, I feel like the moment they really can like get shit going, get in the streets, hire A&Rs, things will probably switch and change up a little bit. And I feel like Houston artists will get a little bit more shine and things like that. I think it's a process, and we're definitely going in the right direction. I'm lucky because my girlfriend is one of the top promoters, one of the top, show curators in Houston, Texas. And she had people like Kingdom Man, Don Tolliver, OG Bobby, all these people come from her shows.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm here and I get to see her do that, and I get to also be a part of it. So I ain't gonna lie, I feel really blessed and lucky, because she'll let me know real quick what's worth it and what ain't. Like, nah, you know what I'm saying? And everybody don't have that. And it sucks because everybody do not have that, and people out here will waste artists' time, okay? Like, people will take artists' money and waste artists' time in Houston, Texas. That what I will say that happens a lot out here.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm blessed enough to have someone in my corner who's able to, like I said, decipher through the bullshit and help and let me know. And I just try to listen. I try to just try to let the people who are in my circle and in my space who are guiding me kind of help me and guide me with that, because it's hard out here for artists, man. Like, especially independent artists.
I was about to say, you definitely got somebody good in your corner, because I thought that was your manager at first, and she was like, "Nah, that's my girlfriend."
Not my manager, right?
Like, nah, but we're gonna get this together. And I was like, yeah. So you get to see the work, because she has definitely put together a big career in terms of getting these artists out.
She definitely has. She just had a show last night. She brought 400 plus people to Avant Garden, and these people, you know, like they had their circle, but there wasn't no artist who was gonna be able to pack out 400 people that was there. Not by themselves.
Packed out Avant Garden, 400 people.
Yeah.
You know, she brought that. She's giving these artists a platform to be able to be put in front of people that probably will never be put in front of. And it's not too many of those opportunities out here, unfortunately, in Houston. But there are certain people who are trying to get things like that going. And like I said, are going in the right direction. So I feel like, I just feel like Houston eventually get there. We can eventually get to the next Atlanta. It's just gonna take, like I said, those people in position to start doing certain things and get in the streets about, you know, and help these artists. Cause shit, Atlanta be snatching these things up. They getting the hottest motherfuckers coming up before people know who they are, snatching them up.
Yeah.
You know, putting money behind them.
12, so yeah. It's like, that's crazy.
So I don't know. It's a lot of hidden gems in Houston, and people just ain't digging for it.
And that's probably one of the biggest things when people talk about the hidden gems in Houston, because, and I'm not lying, some of them don't even be that hidden. Like you see, you stumble upon somebody, right? And I'm like, dog, you are really doing everything right. Like, you got your fan base going, you got this moving, you got this going, and I'm like, dog, if you were in another city, you probably be blowing up right now. Houston has a lot of talent, like a lot. Whether it's rap, whether it's R&B, there's just so many artists that are out here. So I mean, you know, we're looking forward to hearing more from you.
Thank you. Me too. I'm looking forward to hearing more from me too.
There you go. That's good. That's good. Thank you once again for coming out, really staying in so that we could just document your rise. And I mean, I really appreciate you. Hey, where can we find you at, Sunni?
So you can find me and my music on all platforms at Sunni Tha Rapper, SUNNITHA Sunni Tha Rapper. That's on my social media. You can put that in Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, Twitter, whatever your choice is. Go follow me at Sunni Tha Rapper.
And what's the name? What's the name of your last single that we trying to pump?
Look Good.
Watch the video.
Please watch the video, because I look the fuck good.
You're not gonna be disappointed. You're not gonna be disappointed. Thank you, guys. Thank you once again. I'm Avery, like a very nice guy. That's my brother, Just Divine. And we are, you know, you can find us both. You know where to find each and all of us, but you can find us both at My Humble O. Humbly yours. And My Humble Opinion Podcast. H-Town's too sweet. H-Town too sweet.
That's not doing it. They're gonna go.